Hello everybody, welcome to Rosalie's Kitchen. Well, I haven't been with you guys for a while, but here I am today, and I'm going to make you a great recipe. This is my latest cookbook, Rosalie's Serving Best Loved Italian. And I'm going to make you this Italian wedding soup right here on my book. I believe it's page 59, and it is such a classic. I think you're really going to love it. So let's get started today. What we need for the Italian wedding soup today is a large pot of water, and this is the kind of soup pot you need, and I put in there about 4 to 5 quarts of water, if you can see that. Okay, so what we've done is we have purchased a whole chicken, and here it is, all in its little glory. So I'm going to lift this up, put it right down into my soup pan right there, and we're going to put that on the stove for 1 hour. I hope you can see that among the other things we have on the table. And we're going to put that on the stove for 1 hour to cook. We're going to add some flavor. What I have here is 2 to 3 stalks of celery, and I've just kind of chopped them coarsely. We have 2 to 3 carrots. I put those in. A couple of sprigs of your curly parsley for good flavor, and 1 medium onion. So let's just pile that all in right around this soup pot. And we're going to put a lid on that. First we're going to boil it up before we put the lid on. I'm going to boil it up and skim off any of the foam that comes to the top. So actually, I'm going to see you in about an hour, and we'll make this soup. It's going to be so good. All right, see you in a little while. Hi guys, so look at our chicken just boiling so nicely here, and it's almost been an hour, so we're going to take this chicken out and debone it and put it all back into our flavor. I want to tell you that I did add a tablespoon of salt to this and about a half a teaspoon of pepper, black pepper. So all our vegetables are cooking for really good flavor in here. Alright, so we're going to go over now and make our little meatballs, and then we'll put this together. Come on over to my other counter. Okay, we're back guys, and I have just made some little tiny meatballs from, remember we mixed up our little turkey a while ago. Now these should be little. I know they're a little bit bigger. This is turkey meat is a little harder to handle than your sirloin, which is a little bit stiffer. So you get a little bit maybe rounder meatball. But if you'll come over here with me, we're going to pop these right into our broth right now. So just come on around and look here at our. This is our soup. We have deboned it. And it looks so good. We've deboned our chicken, and it's just boiling up really nice. And this is our nice hot broth. And this is when we want to put in our little meatballs. So you just put them in directly into the broth while it's boiling, just like you would a dumpling. And these will cook up really fast. And then we're going to add our escarole and our acini di pepe, and this will be completed. This is going to be such a great soup. This is a classic Italian soup. My mother would make this soup, and it is so, so good. Okay, we're going to finish those off while the camera's here. I'm going to reach over here. And this is our little acini di pepe. It's a tiny, tiny little noodle. You can see it there if you want to write that down, acini di pepe. And this is about 3/4 of a cup. I'm going to add it to my boiling water. Stir it in real good. And we're going to add about a teaspoon or so of salt to that. And then when it's parboiled, it's going to maybe boil about 5 or 10 minutes. We'll say maybe about 10. And then we'll just take that out and put it right into our soup. Okay, so we're going to continue with our meatballs. This soup is just boiling so nicely. And we'll be back to finish it up. You're going to love it. Love it. Okay, guys, this is the last segment of our wonderful soup. So what I have here is a beautiful green bunch of escarole. This is a very stiff greens, and it works so good in, you want to cut off your end right here. And what we're going to do is we're going to add this to our soup. And it's just going to give a wonderful, wonderful flavor. I don't know if we'll need to add all of this because it's going to make quite a bit. But you want about 2 to 3 cups of this. And this is just so good. Let me check that to be sure. It says about 4 cups. So you want this really, really small. And our meatballs are cooking. And so what we're going to do now is we're going to just check over here. This is our acini de pepe. And remember, we cooked it, we boiled that in boiling water for 5 minutes. So now we're going to add that over here to our soup. You can see our meatballs now that are just steaming. I'm going to go ahead and add this right in here. And there is your acini de pepe. And now this soup will cook about another maybe 10 minutes total. And then we'll add our escarole to that too. And here's your escarole. You just want to take it right on over. Make sure that it's nice and chopped so that it will go into the soup nicely. And you just want to lay that right on the top. And the soup is just about ready to dip up here. We're going to give it about 10 more minutes of cooking, and that'll be the end. I can't wait till you taste it. It's going to be so good. All right, we'll be back and dip you up a bowl. Put a little Parmesan cheese on the top too. All right, see you in a minute. Okay guys, so our soup is beautiful and it's done. And I want to tell you that I love my Kitchen Basics chicken stock. I did add a cup of that at the end. I'm just going to show you how I did that. And I added about a cup of that just for extra flavor. And it cooked in with our acini de pepe and our escarole. See how our escarole has, we don't want it so very limp and mushy, but just like that. And that was 10 minutes. So now we're going to finish up with a little salt and pepper here. And we're going to give it a good stir in. And then we're going to just scoop this up in our bowls. This is such a delicious classic. And look at your chunks of chicken in there, your little meatballs. And this is just a delicious soup. We left in our vegetables. We started off with the carrots, if you remember, and the celery and the onion. So how pretty our little acini de pepe is. I want to get a good amount of that in so you can see how nice that comes together. Isn't that beautiful? And there it is. And that is your classic wedding soup. Okay, we're going to sprinkle the top with our Parmesan cheese. And we're going to have a taste right here. Here's a little meatball. How pretty that is. Okay, let's see, guys, our flavor. Oh my goodness, you're going to love it. It's so good. I know it's hot outside, but you know what? It's cool in here. And we get tired of barbecue all the time. So you just make up this wonderful soup. All right? Happy Memorial Day. God bless you all. I'll see you next time in my kitchen. Go to www.rosalieservant.com for more recipes. All right. Bye, everybody. Italian wedding soup right here. It's the best.